Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? So glad to be here today with, of course, a few technical difficulties because I haven't been on live in a minute, but here I am. Glad to be here. All right. We are going to jump right in because I am well aware that it is the end of June and we are in the heart of the summertime season. And so that's exactly what I want to talk about. But first, for those of you who are joining for the very first time, my name is Patricia Hayes. I am an executive advisor, career empowerment coach, and authentic networking strategist. And all that means is that when you are ready to make transitions, when you are ready to up level in your career, in your business, I'm the person you come to bounce those ideas off of, to get the push and the support that you need, and to make sure that you're leveraging the relationships that you want and need in order to fulfill your long-term goals. And I love doing it, right? It's all of those years of lobbying and public speaking and all of those things mixed into one. And yes, I'm a lawyer. So all those things mixed into one so that I can be able to support those of you who are really looking and seeking to grow in who you are, both personally and professionally, but to do it in a sustainable manner over time, right? This is not, we don't do quick fixes here. We don't do quick tips. There are a few quick tips, but they're part of a longer term strategy. So that is who I am and what I do. I'm super excited to be here as always and to check in with you here on this Monday morning as you get ready for, you know, the rest of your summer. And that's what I want to talk to about because I've been running around myself with family things, with other business things. And here is the thing that keeps coming back to me as I'm watching and sharing and looking and observing with others, which is that in the midst of the summertime, quote, relaxing mode that most people are in, even if you're still working full time, there's like this slightly lesser expectation of getting more done, right? Because there's people out, people are on vacation, people taking more time with their kids if they have them, whatever it might be. But the bottom line is the schedule is a little off kilter and it's an accepted part of how things are going, particularly here in the US. So that most of the time means that people are going to just kind of blow off anything that they would consider, quote, more serious. Now, if you run your own business, there's not really a lot of blow off time. You have to schedule your, quote, blow off time in order to keep your business running. But if you're working for someone, there that may be incorporated a little bit more. And here's the point is a lot of times people will look at the summer as a great time because I need to relax, I need to go take a vacation, I need to do these other things that don't include investing in yourself for your own personal or professional growth. And I will say right here today that that is a huge mistake because in reality, summertime is probably the best time and what I'm calling here free time to grow. And what do I mean by that? Well, here's what I mean. Throughout most of the rest of the year, you're either building up to a certain time frame where, let's say, you're yeah, I don't know, maybe you're getting ready for end of the year things, or you're at the beginning of the year and you're kicking things off. And the summer, though, is kind of that midpoint where a lot of times people are taking time off, even if they're kind of sneaking it in, and they're like doing, dare I say, their bare minimum. Now, if they're doing the bare minimum, then that unfortunately, or fortunately for some people, may mean that the expectations to get more done are lessened during the summertime. Now, don't yell at me before these generalizations. I'm warning you. I've laid that out that that's what I'm doing here. However, there's a lot of truth to it. And so what happens is people will take that time, go do other things, which I'm all for. We all need to take some vacation. We all need to make sure that we're getting in some downtime because, we've been living through quite a time in the last couple of years. That, however, does not mean that you completely abandon your goals, your dreams, whatever it is that you've been doing, your strategies in order to grow who you are personally and professionally. That is a mistake because what will happen is if you completely walk away from any efforts to do that, then you'll come back late August, September, after the summer, and feel all this guilt, and you'll start running around like, oh, I got to get this done, I got to get that done, and all of this stuff. Don't do it. Don't set yourself up for that stress. I will say, I won't say failure, but don't set yourself up for that stress because it's not necessary. If you just take a few steps here through whatever the end of your summertime is, you can keep on going, being consistent, investing in yourself, helping yourself to grow professionally or personally by just doing a few things. And so here are some of the things. You can schedule to go on a retreat, like a real retreat, one where you're getting away from folks, where you can get some time to think, right? If you get to do it, as part of a professional requirement and professional development, even better, right? You get two for the price of one. But it's really important to take that reflection time, whether it's a full-on retreat where you're getting away, or if it's one that you're creating for yourself in your own city, in your own hometown, where you go get away for a day or two, just to kind of sit back, reflect, reassess, do the mid-year reassessment that I always recommend. And I guess I'll make sure and post that one in the next couple of weeks. To make sure that you do that, because most of the time we are running, and we don't take that time unless we're forced to, or unless there's a crisis. And that's not the best way or time to do that reflection. So schedule it for yourself. I always highly recommend it. And for those of you who are interested in a much more involved retreat to get away from the crazy time, check with me in the DMs. Ask me about the Power of the Pause retreat that's going to be in September that I'm co-hosting with a wonderful woman in Utah, and it's going to be great. So I'll drop that plug in there. But that's one way. Another way is to think about what are those professional development opportunities, those personal development opportunities that you really haven't had a chance to engage in, but this might be a good time, right? So maybe there's a half-day workshop. Maybe there's a class you've been wanting to take, whether it's one quote for fun or one for work. This is a good time to do that. And remember, I'm calling this free growth time because the expectations for you getting things done are lessened. Take advantage of it. Okay. So get ahead by doing something that other people are not going to do. They're not going to, because it's that whole, oh, I can't be working. I need to take my time to relax. Okay. And come September, you can be ahead of the game because you took some time, half a day, a couple of days to invest in your growth. Okay. So that's another option. Maybe it's a half-day program, maybe it's a course, maybe it's a class, something especially that you've been wanting to do but hadn't had a chance to look for that opportunity to do it. And or especially if you don't normally have the time to really sit down and set out a schedule of what you're going to be doing for not just for the summer, but for maybe the rest of the year and looking ahead for next year, that is extremely important and a great asset of your time right now if you were to do that, right? So go do that thing and take a look at what the schedule looks like for the remainder of the year for those programs that you're looking at hosting for next year or attending for next year. It would be great opportunity for you to be able to do that. And then I guess I'll say lastly, there's so many other things, but I'm kind of lumping them together into groups. Maybe one of the other things is for you to literally just say, hey, what's a handful of people that I have not had a chance to catch up with this year, the last couple of years, whatever? Let me write down those names of those people, and then let me reach out to one person a week. If you reach out to one person a week for the rest of the summer, you could easily get in touch with or reconnect with, anywhere from 8 to 10 people. And if you're a little more aggressive, reach out to two per week. What am I talking about? A phone call, a video chat, a text message. This is the time to do that because we know people are moving around and may not be in. But that doesn't mean you can't still reach out to them, because what will happen is you'll start a flow going that will get you some great returns on the back end so that you can continue those interactions come the fall while everybody else is scrambling to reset and try to start over. Okay. So I just want you to be thoughtful about how you use your summertime. And in the midst of all this relaxing and getting away and all of that, remembering to invest in your own personal and professional growth in ways that other people will not right now. And it's not because they can't. They absolutely can. There's nothing I've described to you that's overly taxing or huge. Reaching out to people on a weekly basis, scheduling one class or course or something you've been wanting to do, even if it's something that's more, quote, fun, guess what? That counts because that will build your creativity. It will expose you probably to a new group of people that you haven't. All of these things matter. And or scheduling yourself for a retreat in order to get away and do some more in-depth reflection that we all can utilize. Okay, so those are just three quickie summertime refresh growth opportunities that anyone can take advantage of starting right now today. And I highly encourage you to figure out what it is that you can do and how you incorporate it into your own schedule right now. This is a perfect time to schedule it and to get going. If you are looking for some other opportunities, things that you're like, I need a little more structure, reach out to me, call me. I've got a few opportunities that you can get into. My 30-day networking challenge is always available. It is evergreen. I highly recommend it for anyone if this is the perfect time to engage in it. As well as, if you're looking for opportunities for some coaching, maybe not the full in-depth one-on-one, but other opportunities, I've got it. Okay. So I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what it is you're looking for. What are some of the opportunities for growth that you know that you need, but haven't engaged in? And that might be a good thing for you to consider. I'd love to hear from you. Drop it in the comments, drop it in the DM. Let me hear some of those things because I like to share out what other people are experiencing. And this would be one of those perfect things to do. Okay, so that is it. We are keeping it quick and short because again, it's summertime and everyone's time is very valuable always. But I look forward to reaching out, to reconnecting with you, just sharing. And if you have any needs or wants to be able to learn how to be a better advocate. You know, there's a lot of things going on in our world. And there are some opportunities and some things I'm going to be reviving myself. So don't be afraid to use your voice. Step up, step out, and know that there are those of us here to help support you in doing so, in a very formal way, even. So happy to chat about that as well. Take care, everyone. Have a fantastic week, and I will talk with you later. Bye bye.